which is know what your boundaries are. All right, so typically when we set boundaries, it's usually when it's too late. Somebody has already crossed the threshold. We can't take it anymore. That's the straw that broke the camel's back. It's just if they ask me one more time, and guess what? We will assert very emotional, very assertive, very commanding boundaries that don't always get us the results that we want and usually can cause more damage in the relationship. We want to get very clear with where we need to assert boundaries and start to assert them before we get to that point. We want to start asking for what we need before we reach our limits, before they push us over the edge, before they break the straw that breaks the camel's back. We really want to clearly have the foresight to start to say, all right, what in my family dynamic doesn't feel right, doesn't suit me right? What behaviors, what actions, what words, what is being said or discussed that really just it hurts or it gets under my skin or it's not in alignment with me or it's an off-limit topic for me. You want to take a piece of paper, this is where it starts, and write those out. Write where they're getting crossed and then take it a step further and ask yourself why. Why haven't you said something before? What's the fear? What's the fear that surrounds you advocating or speaking up? Are you afraid of disappointing them? Are you afraid of rejection? Are you afraid of not being included? Are you being afraid of made fun of? What is the fear that is surrounding this? Without recognizing that, we might not ever be able to step into the courage. We have to recognize that there is fear that'll be around confronting our families and our family dynamics, and that's okay. So once we get clear on this, well, now we have room to start to make changes, to start formulating a way to ask for what we need to have the most success. But if you're not clear, and again, that clarity should be unjudgmental. You need to take out the you shouldn't do's and the you should know betters out of that clear request. You want to make sure to just clearly call out what it is that you want and why it's important to you. Why does it hurt you? Why does it bother you? Why is it off limits for you? This is about you, not about them. You want to get out of the judgment of where they're wrong and they should be different and get into just clearly asking for what you desire from a place of love and grace. Okay? Let me end this section off by a quote, which is, boundaries are, in simple terms, the recognition of personal space. Now, we know that in physical, but I think we forget that in the emotional and mental space, is that, you know what, there's some conversations that don't feel good or that are off limits for me, and they should be for you too. There's certain things that you just don't want to discuss or don't want to hear about that disrupt your happy bubble, and we want to be able to create the space for you to feel better and feel safe in all of your engagements moving forward. All right, so this leads me to my